Okay, I'm making a new kind of video. Just a heads up, this is not a tutorial. It's more of an exploration of how to learn infinity tosses in a short time frame. So earlier in January, I was super disillusioned and frustrated with my hooping. I just felt like I couldn't learn anything new and totally disconnected. And so I decided to go back to what I love, which is drilling. Anyway, I decided to learn infinity tosses. Infinity tosses are when you toss the hula hoop behind your arm, catch it the opposite hand, and immediately go into another toss on the first side. You can do this sequence indefinitely, hence the name infinity tosses. But this trick is deceptively difficult. Your toss has to be super accurate each time with loose but intentional fingertip grip on the hoop while tossing it slightly diagonal. On top of that, it's basically a blind catch, practically behind your head. You just have to feel where the hoop is and reach your hand up and snag it out of thin air. So I'm no pro, but previous to this video, I could do like 5 very clunky infinity tosses, and I never performed them. So day 1, I felt like I was picking up speed even on the first day. A friend of mine helped me figure out the concept of counting, and this was critical. I don't really understand counting, but he told me I need to catch and toss on the downbeat, and counting will help me keep the rhythm going. So I toss 1, catch 3, toss 5, catch 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. You'll see me like mouth this throughout the video to keep myself on track. Day 2, I felt a bit more consistency in my attempts, and the 1, 3, 5 rhythm started to feel more natural. The big issue I have right now is that my posture is terrible. To get my head out of the way of the hoop, I push my head forward and tend to tilt my chin down. Aesthetically, this looks really awkward. I don't like it at all. A couple of things if you're also working on infinity tosses. Your knees, you have to go like this, but also you have to keep your abs tight, because if you keep your abs tight, it makes it easier to move like this as you reach and toss. Day 3, my arms are sore. This trick takes some shoulder flexibility, which is not where I shine, I gotta be honest. But day 3, I worked on my posture, which slowed down my speed, but it felt much better than tucking my head under to achieve the speed. Sometimes the hoop slightly bounces off my shoulder blade, and sometimes it soars right over my head, and I can't quite tell yet which is the better form. 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 3, 5, 7. Day 4, I thought my practice would become boring and stagnant, but I was wrong. This day felt so good. The 1, 3, 5, 7 counting became more embedded in my body. Previously, I had shifted my weight from side to side to make room for the hoop, but this is ultimately more to think about. By day 4, my weight shifting became more of a full body bounce. The bouncing added momentum and made my tossing quicker. I went from catching the hoop around my wrist in a blind catch to catching it more on my fingers. Day 5, I skipped because I couldn't pull myself away from the season finale of the United States of America, and the plot from here on out better heavily feature Black Lives Mattering and pandemic relief and the president being tried for sedition and treason. Okay. Day 6 was weird because not only was my arm sore from a flu shot, but I kept grabbing the hoop in my left hand in a weird way, which I'd never done before. It was a mistake I was making because I guess the new neurons in my brain were still putting all these puzzle pieces together, but I eventually got in the groove and my speed increased again. Day 7, I made it through the challenge to do only infinity tosses in 1 week. Form and speed are both better, and I have successfully reminded myself that I can in fact learn new things. By the week's end, I became obsessed with matching my tempo to the beat drop of songs, which was both deeply satisfying and good for drilling. Of course, this is the tip of the iceberg of practicing this trick, and it's far from being able to put on stage. Just a reminder, this video really is the highlights. I dropped the hoop constantly. Sorry, neighbors. Now that I've unlocked some speed, the next step is to actually slow down and focus on accuracy, then add speed back in. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my next trick experiment.